Michele Goodman-Jones.
Stay the course. Because what happens when you're young, and young Michele, she would have probably not understood that when she gets in her 20s, things are going to not be so smooth. When she's in her 30s, she'll start to figure things out. And then by the time you're in your 40, you got some time behind you, you know what you're doing. And so 50s, you're comfortable, and in the 60s, it's all finished because you've shown that you can do things. I grew up in a family business, and so I watched my father, who was a really good customer service person. Our family had a printing business, and I grew up working in the business and watched my dad treat people with kindness. My mother always believed, my second mentor, that you should always be a lady. And so she instilled that in me and in my sisters. My aunt Gladys, who was the person who made me realize how important etiquette is, was something that I do today. She did tea parties for girls, and that's something that I've taken from her. And I have a girlfriend, Dr. Validia Gittens, who is actually the person who keeps me grounded. When I'm feeling a little off balance, a little disheveled, Validia is the one I call, and she will tell me what I need to hear in a very special kind of way. I had a young lady who came to me, but her mom said that she needed to develop her personality. So her mother brought her to my 6-week modeling and poise class that I would do for young girls. And this young lady developed immediately. She was perfect, and she just came out of her shell, and that was the whole idea. She is now married and a mother, but she was on America's Next Top Model, and she was also one of the bachelorettes. The other young lady just wanted to go to college, leave Newcastle, go away to school. She wanted to live in Europe for a while, and she wanted to be a teacher. And she's in her mid-20s, and she did all of those things. But she also took my 6-week modeling and poise class, and it made a difference in those two young ladies' lives. When I turned 21, I auditioned for the Pittsburgh Professional Models Association. And when I was accepted, the first time somebody called me a professional model, I just thought I was a professional, and that was the first time that I heard the word applied to me. I think I would be a professor at an all-girl college teaching liberal arts. One time somebody asked me to talk about a subject that was not my expertise. And as the young people say, you need to stay in your lane. I didn't stay in my lane, and I wanted to talk about a subject that wasn't my field of expertise, as I mentioned. And when I finished with the talk, it wasn't that great. I felt like a failure. So I have learned that I should stay in my lane and stay with etiquette and grooming and character building, and then I'm okay. Well, everybody has their different barometers of how they measure success. And I think if I wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to do 4 things today, and I do those 4 things, then to me, I have a successful day. All of the nominees here today are going to be trying to get the ATHENA Award, and that is a measure of success. So the world has their barometers, and I have my personal barometers that say that I'm successful. She would say that little Michele was a team player. I always wanted to be with the crowd. I wanted to be involved. I'm not an introvert, I'm an extrovert. I want to be with the people. I want to be with the action. And as a little girl, I was always trying to be involved. So that's what she would say, that I was a team player. That's for sure. I honestly believe that if you treat people with kindness and respect, that you can actually change the world or improve the world one person at a time. One is, I think the creation of the birth control pill for women was a really big deal. That was around, I think, 1960. The other one is the formation of the Girl Scouts, because I know it was 1912, something like that, when the Girl Scouts first started. And I was not a Girl Scout, but I was a Sunbeam and a Campfire Girl, which is a religious organization that does the same thing. It would be to come up with a cure for cancer and or diabetes.